So are you looking for that amazing holiday experience to have with you and your family this holiday season? Well, look no further because you're in luck, because in this week's video, we got a full review and comparison of two of the top holiday experiences in the entire country. We're talking about the North Pole experience in Flagstaff, Arizona, and the Polar Express in Williams, Arizona. So in this week's video, we're gonna do a full comparison and review on both and let you know which one we think is best. Cue the intro.
What's up YouTube? Trevi from the Adventure Buddies, the modern travel family, bringing you another video filled with tips, tricks, and inspiration to make sure you maximize your next family adventure, like we always do here at the Adventure Buddies.
So the first topic that we'll talk about is price. That's probably the one you're most interested in. So let's get into the price breakdown of each of these two experiences. So first up, the North Pole experience. This is gonna run you between $65 to $75 per person based on the time of the month as well as the time of the day that you select to go. The second one, the Polar Express, is going to be dependent on your age as well as the varying calendar in terms of price. So that's going to range from $40 to $100 per person. So next, let's get into the availability. How hard is it to get into each of these experiences? So it should be noted that most of the time these experiences sell out relatively quick. Both experiences are going to start in November and run all the way through the end of December. Makes sense for the holiday season, right? However, it should be noted that the North Pole experience is going to have more times or opportunities. They're going to have more opportunities to go throughout the entire day, whereas the Polar Express typically only has 2 trains going out per day. So harder chance to get into the Polar Express than maybe the North Pole experience. So just something to consider. If you are looking at going to either of them, we highly suggest you booking early to secure your spot. So next, let's talk about the locations of both of these experiences. So as I mentioned before, both are located in Arizona. Flagstaff, Arizona is where you're gonna find the North Pole experience. Williams, Arizona is where you're gonna find the Polar Express. So they're only about 30 minutes away from one another, so you can totally do both of them in a road trip. Why did I say road trip? Well, we actually just got back from a Thanksgiving 7-day road trip using Road Surfer. What is Road Surfer? Well, that is a camper van. So we're gonna provide a ton of details, reviews, comparisons, etc. in our upcoming videos. Make sure to hit that red subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of that, because this was incredible. So next off, let's talk about the overall activities and total experience in both of these events. So we'll start off with the North Pole experience. To start off the North Pole experience, you're gonna get on a tour bus, but this isn't a normal tour bus. This is a magical bus. This bus is going to take you through a portal all the way to the North Pole. Once you get to the North Pole, then you get to go into Santa's workshop. Once you get inside of Santa's workshop, you're gonna have a number of things to do. You're gonna see all the different toys that have gone throughout the entire existence of Santa Claus. Then you're gonna go into Santa's original workshop. You're gonna be able to see the old tools and workbenches that Santa and the elves used from the very beginning. Next, as we talk about tools and we talk about building toys, you get to build alongside the elves toys for boys and girls. So here you see Trevi and Olivia building a teddy bear for boys and girls that we then get to ship all around the world. So shipping around the world happens in the next room. Here we're able to load up all the toys on a conveyor belt that's gonna get loaded up into Santa's sleigh. After that, you're then gonna go to your next room. That room is where you're gonna have donuts and hot chocolate with none other than Mrs. Claus. After that, then you head into the classroom. Why a classroom? Well, you're gonna then go to Elf University. You're gonna learn all things needed to be an elf. And so if you graduate like Olivia did, then you get to pass down to the next room. What's in that next room? Well, that's the mailroom. Here you get to write your own personal letter that you get to hand deliver to Santa. Hand deliver to Santa, does that mean you get to see Santa? Yes, after you write that letter, then you get to hand deliver that to Santa himself. So you get a free photo with Santa here at the end of your experience. So next, let's get into the Polar Express experience. So this is gonna be a full reenactment of the Polar Express. Before you get on board, you're gonna have the option to go read stories with Mrs. Claus, or you can go take a picture with Santa. However, those pictures were not included, so you did have to pay. They ended up being about $75 for us for the ones that we purchased. So be that as it may, the ones with the North Pole experience were absolutely free and all included. So once we got the all aboard, we went on to the train car, the Polar Express, and we were really impressed with the authenticity of these train cars. We felt that we were really inside the book or the movie. Inside our train car, we did have 2 chefs. These were our entertainment for the night. So these individuals were responsible for singing Christmas carols, passing out hot chocolate and cookies, as well as reading the story of the Polar Express to us on our journey. Speaking speaking of the journey, we went on the train and we went for about 20 minutes north and then 20 minutes south. However, once we were getting to one point on the train, we actually ran into none other than Santa Claus. Yes, we saw Santa Claus at the North Pole. So once we got there, then we went back and we couldn't find him. Soon enough, Santa Claus came onto the actual train. So not only did we get to see him out there loading up his toys ready to go, but he snuck on the train and got to meet every single person on that train, which is a really cool experience. So in a full recap, we feel that both of these experiences were fantastic and we love both of them. However, if we were to rank them between the two, we would highly recommend you going to the North Pole experience over the Polar Express. I know that's probably going to jostle a couple of feathers, but we just felt the North Pole experience was really well done. The decor, the actors, the level of detail shown, plus the price, the availability, how easy it was to get in and out, was just an overall better experience. We actually thought that the Polar Express probably wasn't worth all the hype. We thought that, hey, the entertainment on the train could be a little bit better. It was really just a 20-minute train ride there, a 20-minute back, and we think if we brought anyone older than our little baby Olivia, our older kids probably would have been bored and thought this wasn't for them. So if we had to redo it all over again, we had to just pick one. The North Pole experience in Flagstaff, Arizona was the one we're going back to. So I'm Matt from the Adventure Buddies. If you like this video, please consider giving us that big thumbs up. Hit that red subscribe button for more travel tips and adventures. And most importantly, remember, life's an adventure. Who are you going on with?